distance. For over 55 years, we've pursued the harmony of precision and artistry. Our handcrafted paddles and oars unite industry-leading innovation with timeless craftsmanship. Each stroke tells a story shaped by the perfect balance of wood and carbon honed through decades of refinement. The result? The finest paddles and oars on the water for those who demand nothing less than excellence. Experience the art of performance. Experience Sawyer.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Sawyer Live. We are live from being on the road. We are live from the factory, but we are actually at the Hyde factory in Idaho Falls, Montana, or Idaho Falls, Idaho, of course. And I've been on the road a little bit, so I'm a little rummy, but we definitely are happy to be here. And first person we're going to be chatting with is Alex here from Hyde. We just dropped off a large preseason, so they are heavily stocked up. And I'm going to turn it right over to Alex, let him introduce himself and tell you a little bit about what he's got in the way of oars right now.
Awesome. So I'm Alec Losi. I work at Hyde Drift Boats. I've been here for about 4 or 5 years now, 5 or 6. I don't remember what I said on the last video.
Sorry.
Yeah, we just got a huge shipment of Sawyer. Zach was nice enough to bring them down for us instead of waiting on a shipping company. We've got Dino X's, 9 and 9.5 foot. That's the shoal cut square tops. And then we've got Smoker Bandits, 9 and 9.5 foot with the Cobra oar locks. And then we've got quite a few spare oars. You know, that's been a huge hammer in the industry for the last 5 years since COVID. Where it's just been impossible to get spare oars. So now, we're loaded up and ready to keep you filled up on those.
Absolutely. And and that's the thing is that so you guys have the spare oar, which is actually a full-size polecat 2-piece. So that's a full-size oar. Breaks down. You can put it in your side tray broken down, or if you're running something that is a little more of a technical run and you want to make sure you're ready, you just get that thing deployed, get it all set up, keep it right there next to you, and then if you've got it, you can just pull it up and take care of it. Now, we were here earlier, and Alex, you were happy enough to give us a little tour of the factory. A couple things we saw and you talked about is one about how you're kind of doing a lot of things under one roof here and taking care of a lot of it in-house. So tell folks out there that aren't maybe familiar with Hyde or how you guys operate as far as just kind of all the things that they can have just right here made it at the Hyde plant.
Yeah, so we do everything from the ground up that makes a drift boat. So we're not obviously doing oars.
Right.
Covers are made off property as well, and there's a couple other things, but our trailers, boxes, boats, everything else we are building right here in Idaho Falls. That's welding our own trailers, putting the wheels on, wiring them up. The boats, all the fiberglass work is done here. Our boxes we actually make out of aluminum, and they're all welded and made here as well. So especially anything custom-wise, we can cover basically anything that you need to make your day work better on the water.
Nice. And for those of you that don't know, Hyde has been around manufacturing drift boats to the public since the late 70s, which is definitely quite a bit of time. And just kind of lines up with when Sawyer started making oars. So we started making oars. The first oars were made in the late 60s, and then it just kind of started off as the Sawyer Light. And I think we were chatting with Matt earlier that was probably the first oar that everybody had. That Sawyer Light with about a 5-inch blade, and Sawyer Light's all made out of wood, laminated Douglas fir, and that's still a drift boat oar today. But oars have definitely moved on a lot, and we do have a few that Hyde is carrying. One that's the easiest here is the Smoker Bandit. So if you haven't rode Smoker Bandits, definitely worth coming down to your local boat shop, checking out a pair of Bandits. The Bandits are the lightest oar in our line, and in turn have the lightest swing weight just by design. And Alex, you were talking about how you like to hand the Bandit off to folks. Just tell folks a little bit about that, because I think not everybody has seen a Bandit or lifted one up, so they don't really know what you're talking about.
Well, so it's funny, right? Because I mean, the Smoker Bandit has a similar look to kind of a lot of your classic oars, and so they see them on the wall, they see a black oar, and they're thinking, 10-pound oar, and so you pull it off, you can kind of pretend it's heavy and hand it to them, and it's like, oh,
Oh yeah.
Almost throw it out of their hands, because it's just a super light oar. I remember when we first got them in, Lemoyne and Matt actually asked me about counterbalance, and I was like, it's a 4-pound oar.
Yeah.
What are you counterbalancing? You put anything on the handle side and the blade's just going to do this all day long.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really amazing how light that oar is, and it's a really nice oar to use.
Yeah, I mean, and it in turn, I mean, we talk about swing weight a lot, and so just by design, of course, it's a carbon fiber shaft, and that's most of the lightness. But we also have reduced a lot of the mass in the handle, so it doesn't have an aluminum sleeve on it. It's just the ash wood into the carbon, and then the blade itself is made extremely light. And probably one of the things that is easy to move people up to the shoal cut or the mountain drift boat, or is because the Bandit shoal is a little bit smaller, and people notice that. But also, we have been told by quite a few different folks is that petite women love rowing Bandits for obvious reasons. They're just super lightweight. And also, I think you guys actually get them just with a little bit of a smaller grip, so that it's not a real round barrel as well.
Yeah.
Right. And is that you just find most folks are used to having
ordering
that
the oars, and I have small hands, so that's really what it is. But no, I've just always found the Kelly grips, the straight grip, to be just a little more comfortable for me. And then, a lot of people don't really recognize the oar grip that much until it changes.
Right. Right.
And so, especially progressing people maybe from another oar brand to a Sawyer, it's a really nice little hedge and a little way to move them in is, this will be really similar. Then they get used to the rest of the oar,
right.
and then they're never going to want to have anything else.
Yeah, and definitely if there's any dealers out there watching, if you have Smoker Bandits in your line, it's best to have those close to where people can grab them and lift them up. Because as soon as somebody grabs it and kind of like almost hits the roof with it because it's so light, they're like, oh, wow, this is something that's different. And they do definitely make it very easy to sell someone who's out there rowing on the water all day. That's why anglers love them. Is if you're going to put 8 hours of rowing in, it's a super light tool for sure.
Well, and the flex too. Like a lot of guys like to talk about the flex, because if you get used to some of those older oars that are just stiff as a piece of pipe,
right.
And you start pulling on those all day, having a little bit of flex, it really helps protect your elbows and shoulders. And
for sure,
some of our guides are aging.
Yes,
so
yes.
They appreciate that a lot.
Guides do age just like all of us, but and that's also why the square top model that you guys carry are the Dino X, and as we already went through kind of the series of square tops are carbons, Dino X, and then VLAMs, and those are basically the three stiffnesses, the carbon being the stiffest and the VLAM being the softest. And that Dino X is kind of that happy medium right in the middle. It's got a nice soft flexing shaft for the anglers like that, but it still has the Dynalite blade. And so extremely durable and super lightweight swing weight as well. So absolutely. Now we've talked a little bit about just earlier today about some of the custom things that are in a Hyde drift boat that just make it really nice to row. Just give the folks a couple of those little tidbits.
Two quick little things that we talked about earlier. Our triple leg brace, when that's in the front of the boat, you can really just get the angle you need to be fishing a bank or, fishing wherever you're at in the river. You have 3 spots that you can choose from to get exactly the angle you need to get the cast in there that you need to put in there. And then the other one, I can't remember which one I talked about.
comforting customization.
Oh yeah, just the sizing and the comfort for fishermen. The way that we do the back and front floors, the full level floors. It's really comfortable to fish out of and gives you plenty of space. Whether you want to sit down and fish, stand up and fish, you can do either one.
Absolutely. Well, if anybody out there, if you have any questions, please fire those off. We are going to segue here. I'm going to let Alec go. He's got a busy day still, and he's been very accommodating to letting us just kind of invade their factory and their space. So that's why we brought, if you're not going to bring beer, you might as well bring oars. And so we brought a lot of oars so we could stay for a little while. But I'm going to let Alex go. Thank you very much, Alex.
Thank you so much, Zach.
And we are going to switch it on over to bringing in Clinton from Utah Whitewater. And we actually want to talk about the F3T Film Festival. And that is coming up for our next stop, which is going to be in Salt Lake City for F3T. So Clinton from Utah Whitewater is here. How's it going, Clinton?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. So how's everything looking in Salt Lake City? Is it going to be record temperatures as it was last year when we were there, or we actually have somewhat normal winterness?
No, it's pretty warm. It's raining today, but it's going to be nice tomorrow and Friday. So Friday it'll be a good warm night. Go out and hang out.
Nice. So Clinton is a dealer partner of ours, and tell folks just kind of where you're located and what you have there at your shop, Clinton.
We're located in Midville, which is just like 15 minutes south of Salt Lake City. Real convenient to the freeway, I-15 and 215, if you know where that's at. And we do also the fishing and all the oars. We also do whitewater, so we carry most of your blade lineup as far as guide sticks and paddles and things like that also.
Nice. And so we are coming up for the F3T film event, and that's going to be on Friday night. I believe the first show is possibly sold out, but the second show still has tickets. So if anybody's interested in that on Friday night, definitely get your tickets soon so that you don't miss out. And Clinton, you're also a dealer for some of the boats that are in the film tour that are the sponsors. So you're going to be bringing a raft with you. Tell folks about what you're going to have there at our table.
Yeah, since you could actually win this one, it's the NRS Boundary 100 personal fight fishing boat, and it's a really nice one. We'll have that on display there. Maybe we can switch out some oars.
Yeah. We actually found that we're getting an increased amount of people ordering the utility oar, and they're putting a pro tip on it and a rope wrap. And
nice.
And we are actually at the F3T show in Portland, and someone had already seen the show in a different town, but they came to the event specifically to figure out what Sawyer oars they needed to put on that boat. And so we pretty much dialed it in. It's I think it's almost we can straightforward go. It's a 6-foot Sawyer utility or a Smoker utility with a pro tip and a rope wrap.
Nice.
And 6 or 6.5 is about all you need, and that seems to work really good. And a note that this gentleman wanted to let people know is that also you need to change out the oar locks. So you need a 1/2-inch A-lock to put in that boat, so that you can use the 1/2-inch socket, but you got a big enough oar lock to take a full-size oar. Because once you get a rope wrap on a utility, you need a full-size oar. So, yeah.
Which a lot of guys do. They like to switch out those oars on those smaller crafts.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're beating them up or doing whatever crazy stuff, but
absolutely. And speaking of smaller crafts, is that the model that you carry? Do you have other boats that are kind of that 1 and 2 angler boats? Because that is very popular right now.
Right now, that's NRS is for the small boats.
Gotcha.
And then we carry the larger, like the Slipstream, which pairs nice when you're talking about the carbon, the Bandits. Those go really sweet on that boat too. And we have the Rio Craft, and we can get whatever you want in inflatable.
Right, right.
Get you set up a nice frame and oars, and we do carry the full lineup of all the shoal, the Dino X.
Nice.
And
Yeah, I mean, I would say you guys are a full service shop for sure. You know, no matter what the paddling interest is, if you want to be in a hard shell kayak, you want to be in a whitewater kayak, touring kayak. You carry hard shell touring. I don't remember if you do.
Yes, I do.
Yes, there you go. An oddity. Learn something new every day. But everything inflatable, right? You know, I mean, you got
Right. Oh, yeah, for
inflatable
sure.
kayaks, inflatable rafts. You know, absolutely. So if anybody has any questions for Utah whitewater gear, you can send that to us. We'll definitely relay to them. I'll be seeing Clinton tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Friday night at the Fly Fishing Film Tour. And we will be right there in Salt Lake City. We will be giving away, not only can you register at the film tour to get an actual Boundary 100, but you can also register at the film tour to possibly win a pair of Artisan square tops.
Ooh, and those are nice looking.
So absolutely, there's plenty of opportunity to get completely dialed out. And how's the water looking in Utah around your surrounding areas? You getting any snow to kind of increase that snowpack?
We got snow last week. It brought us up. We're still down. I think we're only at 43%, so it's looking grim for the thing.
Yeah.
Luckily, the reservoirs are pretty stocked, and hope for more.
Nice. Yeah. I think everybody in the paddle sports industry is hoping for a really wet spring still. It's like we don't need sunshine. We need just wet, nasty, raining, snowing. You know, it snowed in our local area, and we got a good snowpack, but then it came in warm. You know, I checked it. I've been on the road for the last few days, and I think it started raining at 9,000 feet like 2 days ago. And, you know, now it's all coming out again. So, like, yes, it does make the rivers rage. And, you know, the only benefit is that does at least fill up some of the reservoirs. But, you know, that snowpack, poof, it takes off. And it's gone real quick.
We need the snowpack for sure, yes.
But yeah, so I think everybody's hopeful for some more snow and definitely plenty of rain. Well, excellent, Clinton. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
See you real soon. And
see you on Friday.
Said, if anybody has any questions, just fire it off to us or reach out to Clinton at Utah Whitewater Gear. We will put his contact info on the link of this as well, so feel free to reach out and support your local dealer.
Yeah,
thank you very much, Clinton. Appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
Yeah. Take care.
All right. Well, Alec, if you could help me out, we are going to move over to some product placement now, and basically going to go over a few new items that we have in our line. And so let me just double check and make sure. All right, real quick, we're going to go rolling into kind of our new products. These are some of the things that we like to just to bring to you on our live chat so that you know that we have these items. You know, you may have a local Sawyer shop that you shop at all the time, but they don't necessarily carry every single thing in the Sawyer line. So the first thing that I want to talk about, and if I can get Alec to bring that up for me, would be great. But this is our new Artisan kayak paddle, and this is Ed Anderson artwork. This is the Redfish Artisan, and we also will be having a smallmouth bass, and they are actually, if you look at it, we have different actual blade graphics. And so literally the blade graphics on this paddle are different right and left. So you get a head on one blade and you get a tail on the other. So somewhat unique. We're really always happy to work with Ed Anderson. Ed Anderson, a lot of you know, does some incredible artwork. And so Ed Anderson worked with us on the Artisan Oar project. And so he basically is a big kayak angler. And Ed and I just started working together, talking about it, like, what can we do? And that's where the Redfish kayak paddle came about. So this is the first Artisan kayak paddle that we've come out with in the line. So definitely something to look out for if you're definitely if you are a kayak angler out there. It's not a whitewater blade by any means. It's more for touring and really for that. If you're a kayak angler out there and you're looking for a cool trick new blade, check out the Redfish kayak paddle. Now, also, you guys may be aware that Sawyer's going to be turning 60 soon. And so because we're turning 60 soon, we actually have started developing out kind of the legacy models. And these are going to be some one of a kind items, really going to be fully loaded up in next year's lineup. But we're kind of getting a jump on it because it's one of those things that it's going to take a little while to get all these really nice, one of a kind items up. And so the first item that I'm going to show up today, and these are already on the website, and this is actually the Artisan Smoker Blade. And so we have 2 Artisan blades that are on the website. And we'll get Alec to pull up that link here in just a minute. Once you see that blade, we'll get a good camera shot of it. But this is all just custom artwork with a local artist, Ian Gannum. And then it's actually just a regular smoker on the other side. This is actually a usable blade. Not that you would maybe really use it as a usable blade, but an incredible, nice piece of artwork. And this is something that we started so that it will trigger your ideas. If you have an idea of something you would like to see on a Sawyer blade, that's what this is for. These are completely wood burned art, burned right into the woods. We actually give the product to Ian partly through the phase. He does all the artwork, and then we finish it out and do all of the final details with the varnish and everything. We also have these on a Dino X pair of square tops. Alec, if you can move to that next page, you can show folks that. And there is, you got to go back one. I think if you go back in the legacy, just go back up to the top to the legacy collection. And the square tops are a second piece listed there. And these are actually just custom artwork on the square. So, if this triggers any ideas, that's something that you want to check out. And there's actually, if you scroll down in the gallery there, Alec, there is a video of that square, and you can actually see kind of what that whole piece is. But yeah, that right there this is just some custom work that is, just on the square itself. So maybe a little, not nearly as big of a project, but, completely custom. Nobody else is going to have that on there. Nice way to, put your own signature on your oars. So that is the Legacy Collection. We are building that out right now. And so hopefully we'll have more and more to come. But that's all I have for today. Like I said, we're on the road. We'll be in Salt Lake City tomorrow, actually probably this afternoon if all goes well. And we will also be at the Fly Fishing Film Tour, the film F3T show at Salt Lake City. 2 shows. Early show is sold out. Second show still has some spots. So get your tickets now. If you want to come down and chat with the Sawyer team or any of the folks at the Utah Whitewater crew, come on down to the Fly Fishing Film Tour in Salt Lake City, and we will see you all there. There are 2 shows, and I think the first one starts at, I believe, 6 o'clock. But you can double check that. There are links on our website, so you can find out everything about the tour on paddlesandoars.com, and we will also put some snippets on this video. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Coming to you live from the road, Idaho Falls. Thank you very much. Get out there on the water. Be patient. Be calm. And we will see you on the river. Bye for now.